Well, hello there. We've been told to follow the science. So I've done a little bit of research on my own. And it seems that United Kingdom generates approximately 331 million tonnes of CO2 every year. However, trees in the United Kingdom number somewhere in the region of about 3 billion trees. Now these trees, they suck up roughly between 10 and 40 kilograms of CO2 every year. So if you take the mean average of that, which will be somewhere in the region of about 25 kilograms per tree, you're looking at 75 million tons of carbon dioxide sucked up from the trees. I know that's a big difference from the 331 million tons of carbon dioxide we produce, but that doesn't include the greenlands, the areas of grassland and the areas of crops, fruit trees and things like that. Even people's allotments, their plants are busy sucking up CO2 from the atmosphere. All the time we're hearing about Sadiq Khan is pulling up trees to make way for cycle lanes so that he can make this ULEZ scheme more appealing. Yeah, these trees that are soaking up CO2 are being ripped up so that he can put in bike lanes. Now, I'm an avid cyclist, as you know, and I do think that cyclists do need a proper infrastructure. Yes, there are some bad cyclists out there, but there are also an equal number of bad motorists. So just forget the bad cyclists, because they're not the ones that count. It's the good cyclists that need the proper infrastructure, the ones that follow the law, the same as if you're driving a car. So in order to soak up this remaining CO2 that's not being sucked up by the trees, what we need to do is go out and plant more trees. We need to stop this deforestation and start planting more trees. I think for every tree that we have out there already, we need to plant another 4 or maybe 5 trees that will eventually soak up all the CO2 that's being made. But having said that, the science suggests that plants on this planet would benefit from a CO2 level of approximately 1,400 parts per million. Now, I've seen videos of plant life in greenhouses that inject CO2 to between 1,000 parts per million to 1,400 parts per million. And those plants in the videos, compared to the plants in a normal greenhouse with normal atmospheric CO2, these plants with increased CO2 do remarkably well. Now, your cucumbers that you get from Asda's or Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Morrison's or Lidl's, whatever, are produced in greenhouses with CO2 levels far exceeding atmospheric CO2 levels, as well as tomatoes as well. Ever wondered why cucumbers don't have seeds? No, that's because they've been induced to grow fruit by fooling the plant into believing that it's been fertilized. It's not some genetic modification, it's just they've injected something into the atmosphere that says you've been fertilized, so they go and produce cucumbers. Tomatoes, on the other hand, they just flower anyway. They seem to self-pollinate. I know I had a greenhouse once. I'm not a big fan of tomatoes, but that's not about CO2 in the atmosphere. This is about what farmers do with their CO2. They inject vast amounts of CO2 into their greenhouses and they reap the rewards. Most of the plants will suck up that CO2 One of the most important things as well that we forget is that plants produce oxygen that we breathe. So for those people that say CO2 levels should be lower, by doing that, the plants will stop producing the oxygen that we need, and they'll wither and die if we go too low. If you go down below 150 parts per million, all plant life on this earth will die. Now we're being convinced that that is a lie, but the truth is, from all those other people, all those other experts out there, now there's dozens and dozens of experts. Don't believe me, because I'm just an ordinary geezer that lives in a small house in the middle of Hull. But have a look at these experts and listen to what they have to say. These are eminent scientists who have studied the climate for their entire lives. Yet we're being told by some, she's now been a convicted criminal herself, Greta Thunberg, we're now being told that the opposite is true. Yet we all know that it's a lie. Anyway, so that's enough of that. My last video that I did on this got demonetized, and probably this one will get demonetized as well. So hit the buy me a coffee button and buy me a coffee if you think these stories are relevant. But anyway, that's enough of that. I'll see you later. Bye.